Warning. The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion.
Hey guys, what's up? Dr. Divine here. I'm gonna skip this intro because this is gonna be a different kind of video. It's gonna be more of a Divine rants because I saw some things in the hip-hop community and the rapping community in general that kind of pissed me off, not gonna lie. So I apologize for my different tone in this video. And viewer discretion is advised. I talked about some sensitive topics like SAA, grooming, talking very inappropriate stuff. So if I know I don't do this kind of content and you don't like that kind of stuff, click off the video. I understand if you don't want to watch it. You can click on my other videos, and yeah, again, let's just get into it, because I'm not gonna lie. If y'all haven't heard, but which I think is like most of you have heard, if y'all are really in touch with hip hop in general and the culture itself, Akademiks, who's like quote unquote the voice of hip hop, right? The voice of hip hop, quote unquote, had some talks with a minor on a Discord call, and this was a public Discord call. It was either on a Twitch or YouTube live stream, and it was with a 15-year-old boy, and it was being live streamed too. And they were talking to him about like spitting game about Riz, right? About like, oh, would you like, what would you like have, like, would you do this with this like 15-year-old, or like would you do this with your friend's sister or something, or whatever? Like, grown men said this, by the way, talking to this 15-year-old boy. I think his name was Noor. He's in like the 5-star or like whatever Playboy Max's community is called, but they're part of that community, right? They're part of that community. And again, these were like three grown men plus academics talking to this 15-year-old boy about like, would you like to have like intimacy with X, Y, and Z, or would you have sex with like a trans person, a trans man, or a trans woman? Like, what's your preferences and all that stuff? Like that's the type of shit you talk to a kid about. Like, basically, if you want to use the terms right, it's basically fucking grooming. It's basically fucking grooming at this point. Like, why would you actively talk about, why would you actively, this shit is getting live streamed, yet you continue to talk to this young minor about this kind of stuff like this is normal. And it kind of bogs my mind, right? I saw several different videos about academics doing this and stuff, and I agree with what most of them are saying. Like, that's weird. Like, some of the people around academics is like echo chamber are very like, they're not on him, they're not on him, they're not like calling him out, they're like not trying to like ruin this like relationship they have with him, like, because they want to get they want to get the views, they want to get the clout, they want to meet Drake and stuff, they want to do all that stuff, they want to be with the Drake Glazer, who's like has like a SA charge, has the R word charge against this, like, against his ex-wife and stuff, like, and it boggles my mind that people allow this to happen. But it's not surprising, especially in the streaming community. It's not really surprising. I'm not gonna sit here and like preach and virtue signal like, oh, why would they do this? Why would they do that? I know why. They gotta get the money. They got to get the bands. They got to get the monies and all that stuff. I understand all of that. I'm not discrediting anyone's hustle or grind, because that's like, it's kind of like screw morality at that point, right? Screw morality. It's just like, get the big bucks. I'm getting money either way. It's not really affecting me, right? If it's affecting someone else, well, screw them. They're the ones that's like, kind of yapping, kind of complaining about nothing, right? But it's just like the way you make the money, and it's just like, maybe it's just a little weird to me. It's just a little weird to me. I get it. I become a little cynic when it comes to stuff like this, and I'm not like, again, the only reason I'm really upset about it is because something similar happened to me. Not to like Noor's extent, but kind of like worse off, because at least that kid was like smart enough to know, right? At least that kid was smart enough to know better, because, like, I'm not gonna blame the parents or his, like, you know, friends for not, like, telling him, like, whoa, why would you do this? That's not normal. You're supposed to know shit like this. No, as a 15-year-old boy, they're still developing. You don't talk about that kind of shit with them, dog. That's just extremely fucking weird. I don't really, again, like, and again, this motherfucker is literally a fucking weirdo. Like, he's known for doing weird shit like this. It shouldn't be a fucking surprise that people like Playboy Max and everybody else just, like, allowed him. And not only did did this, he was also talking shit about I'm Dante's wife. Like, why was she involved? You wanna know who did that kind of shit? Drake. The moment Drake was losing, he started mentioning Kendrick's wife, his family, the city he grew up from, the neighborhood, the country he was from and shit. And I'm just like, what? Like, that was unnecessary. Just take your L on the chin like a man. It's just really weird. That's just stuff is just blatantly allowed to let this happen. Like, imagine, like, they already said this on live streams, right? Imagine what they said to this boy Noir, like, off screen. Like, what kind of stuff do they say behind the scenes? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not right. Cause, like, as, like, a grooming victim myself, and I'm still recovering from that shit that's happened to me, it's fucked up. It's not cool. It's really weird. It's sick. It's disgusting. And they're normalizing this too. And I'm not just talking about academics. It's like women do the same thing. I'm not just talking about men, you know. Both genders do the same thing. Let's not, like, get it twisted or anything. Let's not pull the whole patriarchy of gender norms. Do only like one set of genders does this. No. It's kind of like an equilibrium thing. Both sides do it, but it's just really fucked up. It's really fucked up. It's messed up. Like, I was a victim of that stuff that happened to Noir, but at a worse extent. I started making excuses from my assailants. I started making excuses. Like, even friends around me started started even questioning, like, oh, you shouldn't, like, isn't that kind of weird? You should probably, like, get away from them, dog. And I'm like, no, it's normal to talk about this. You know, it's normal to do this. You know, because, like, love and stuff. But again, it's way different from Noir's perspective and situation. It's not similar. I'm not comparing myself to him or anything like that. Not comparing myself in this situation at all. I'm just giving my own perspective of it as a former victim. Noir was very smart to, like, make them back off and not engage with it, you know, because he could have been, like, a victim of it. He could have been like, oh, nah, this shit's normal, it's okay, it's not gonna mess me up or whatever. Nah, it would. Any normal fucking kid would like, well, wouldn't they? And plus, even if he did, like, you know, go along with it, nobody would, like, you can't even blame him because he's a 15-year-old. They don't know right. They don't know better. Sure, they're smart as hell, you know, they're not dumb as hell, you know, because, again, the whole boomer generation will tell you kids are stupid, but, like, the majority of kids, they aren't really fucking stupid. But again, they're still young, they're not, like, adults, you know? Even the whole, like, oh yeah, they're adults thing is kind of, like, subjective as it is. But, you know what I mean, it just really sickens me that, like, stuff like that can, like, pass by as, like, either jokes or just, like, some normal shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Like, seriously, like, how could a motherfucker like Akademiks get away from stuff like this, bro? Come on, like, and I shouldn't be surprised, because, like, you know, niggas like Dr. Disrespect, EDP, somehow still have a career after everything they've done, and it's just, I'm sick of it. I'm really sick of the whole streaming world, and just niggas in general, because that's on some Diddy shit, bro. Like, not, like, to that extent, but, like, niggas, he was doing some, like, Diddy-ass tactics, like, you know, Akadiddy, if I was Screwface John. Like, you know, like, oh yeah, Akadiddy and stuff, oh, Akadiddy. Like, I'm not even trying to devalue the situation. It's just, like, fucked up in itself. It's messed up. Nobody deserves to go through that kind of stuff. And it just pisses me off that stuff like this gets like pushed to the wayside because the other person was popular, the celebrity has popular in that situation. And if Noir kind of continued onto that, he would have been like kind of like it would have been like a relationship of like power and balance and just some like PDF files type shit. Like I don't fuck with that, you know. Because again, I've been a victim. I've been a victim of that. And just seeing that happen to another kid. And again, I'm glad that didn't happen to Noir. I'm totally glad. But the potential of it though, and the fact that that happens a lot too, and it happens to different people as well. It just fucks with me. It fucks with people like that, especially victims that are recovering from that shit too. Like so many things that could happen from that, and it sucks. I'm really just sick and tired of niggas like 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜𝐸, like Playboy Max, not like either telling this nigga it's weird or just like being friends with this nigga. Like, bro, he was talking weird to a child. You know, it was like, what kind of shit? In what universe is that shit normalized? Like, why is that shit normal? Like, seriously? Like, he's a grown man talking to niggas like that. Fuck. Like, am I missing something? Am I on some like, I don't know, fucking some LSD or something? Am I on cloud 9? Huh? Is that the type of shit I'm supposed to be on? Huh? Is that normalized now? Like, fuck. And just Drake as a whole, I know Drake is not the entire problem, but Drake has contributed to this, you know, fuck boy, talk to younger women under your age of like 18 or 17 type shit. And he kind of made it normalized with his fucking albums, and his like, you know, again, his like very suggestive taste of music, and the way he puts out his records and stuff, and his subject matter, like, you know, again, like Certified Lover Boy. That was just a song about prom and breakup shit. What I'm basically trying to say, niggas like Drake has contributed of this popular thing to do in this culture of like, you know, making shit like that normal, even though it's not really normal. It's fucking weird. And I know grooming is not like a fucking federal crime. I mean, it should be. It should fucking be. It should be like, you know, again, it should be like, it's not on the level like pedophilia, but it's like it's still on that, it's still tipping on that tier, because like if things continued like that, things could get worse. And I'm sick of it. I'm really sick and tired of like shit like that. It's not taken seriously, especially when it comes to like, you know, beautiful, like popular influencers doing it, like popular creators doing that type of shit, and that shit not like, you know, being recognized as like a real problem. It's just fucking annoying. It's fucking annoying. It's disgusting. And the fact that people in power could like, you know, disregard that shit, could like, oh yeah, nah, it didn't happen, you know, you could pay it off with an NDA or however, because like shit like that is like is much more nuanced than that. It has nothing to do with, like, seriously, fuck academics, fuck niggas like Drake, those fuck boy weirdos that thinks that shit's normal to like make a minor uncomfortable doing that shit to young kids and stuff. Like, seriously, screw that kind of culture, screw them. Kendrick was right. Kendrick and other people that, you know, actually spread the fucking truth and not fucking that degenerate fuckboy type persona. They're right. That's fucking weird. And I really don't support that kind of shit. In fact, I disavow that shit entirely, actually. I disavow that shit. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful time. Sorry if this was like a weirder, more serious video than compared to my normal content. It's just like, I saw that stuff with Noir and Akademiks, and then the whole Drake thing too. Really rubbed me the wrong way. It really just fucking rubbed me the wrong way. And again, I just had to speak out. Just had to get my 2 cents in. Even though in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. But to me, shit like that matters. It's important to speak out on stuff like that. And hope you guys know, like, even in the darkest times, even in your darkest moments, the light, there's still light in the tunnel. Cheesy, I know. Oh yeah, in the grand scheme of things, I like talking about shit that matters to me, at least. You know what I'm saying? At least. But yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful night, whatever time zone you're in. Take care of yourselves. Make sure to drink water. Love yourselves. And that's it from me, Divine fam. Dr. Divine Gamer out. Dr. Divine Gamer over and out. And peace. See you in the next video.